So my friend Joe asked me about playing a 12-bar blues in open G, um, and a couple different ways to do that. The first thing we have to do is get our guitars into open G tuning. So we're going to take the sixth string, which is E, turn it down to D. And you can do that with a tuner, or you can check the octave. Here's D at the 12th fret, and then D there. That should be in unison. Or the harmonic at the 12th fret should sound the same as the D string, and it's pretty close. I'll take it for now. The A comes down to the note G. You can check that against the harmonic, against the third string. So now I have the notes D, G, D, G, B, which is regular tuning, and then I have to take this high E, your first string, and also tune it down to D. Maybe worth a second to talk about why. And the reason is there are a couple just acceptances you have to make right now, okay? The reason is that standard tuning, E, A, D, G, B, E, that's just the way that the standard tuning of the guitar has evolved over the centuries, okay? It's what we call standard. This is now open G because when you play this, just all six strings open, right? Each of the notes that you play is one of the notes of a G chord. The notes in the G chord are G for the root, B for the third, and D for the fifth. And those are the three components of a chord. So all of these letters now, these notes that are being played by these retuned strings, each of those open strings is playing one of the notes of that chord. Here's a D, a G, a D, another G, B, that's the third of the chord, and D. So that's a G chord, open strings, right? Now, I had shown my student in the past how to play a 12-bar blues shuffle, right? And that involves knowing what notes are on the G string. And I'm going to use this fifth string G. Now, the guitar moves, excuse me. The guitar moves by half steps, right? So I have a G, and we're talking about the notes on the G string here. G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D. I'm going to go just a little more. D sharp, E. All right. Another couple just acceptances we have to make. Two sets of notes, B and C, E and F, do not have a sharp or flat in between them. All the others have a note in between them. So G and A, C and D, D and E, right? And A and B. They all have a note in between them. So if I'm going to go from G to A, that's 2 frets. A to B is 2 frets. B to C is 1 fret. C to D is 2 frets. D to E, okay, is 2 frets also. The notes in between have got 2 different names depending on the context in which they're used, right? This note in the first fret in this tuning is G sharp or A flat, right? And it just is. We cannot now into the why of this, so please just stay with me on this for now. All right, so here's a G chord. Using the notes on the G string, and that's either this one or this one, we're going to find a C, because G is the root of the C chord, which is fine as long as the only chord you want to play is G. That's great, but if you want to play others, you need to know where they live. So I want to find a C chord, because the chords in the 12-bar blues are G, C, and D. So here's G. C is going to be in the 5th fret, right? So here's C. And there, you can lay your finger across all 6 strings at the 5th fret, and there's your C chord. Your D chord is going to be at the 7th fret, right? So the way the 12-bar blues works, and I'm going to use the most standard way to play it. G, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4. Now I'm going to C, back to G, then to D, C, G. Each of those groupings of 4 beats is called a bar or a measure. All right, so there are 12 measures in that pattern. That's why we call it the 12-bar blues. All right, so one more time. G, 2, 3, 4, to the 5th fret. Back to G, to D, C, G. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's the 12-bar blues, straightforward way in the key of G. Now, one last thing here. You can play your C chord. So it looks like this. Whoops, excuse me. We're going to leave off the 6th string and play C here. Right? First finger, 1st fret, 2nd string. 2nd finger, 2nd fret, 4th string. 3rd finger, 2nd fret, 1st string. And you can play your D. How would I do that here? I would do that like this. Or but you want to leave this out, because that doesn't fit in the D chord. Or you can play what we call a D7th chord. So I would use an A here, a D, A, and a C right there. That doesn't sound right. A. That's the problem. There it is. This is now A. A is usually an open string, sorry. So I would play that 1st finger, 1st fret, 2nd string, 2nd finger, 2nd fret, 5th string, 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 3rd string. And there's your D7th chord. To be honest with you, though, I like the sound that you get from the chords by laying your fingers across. All right, 12-bar blues, G, open G tuning in the key of G. Have fun.